Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of Demolition. Demolition stars Jake Gyllenhaal, Naomi Watts, and Chris Cooper in a romance that happens to be a dramedy. I remember seeing the trailer last year. The premise looked interesting enough. It looked very intriguing. And I think the movie fit the bill. I enjoyed myself in Demolition. First of all, the acting was just spectacular, top-notch cast, delivering great work. Jake Gyllenhaal literally hit it out of the park every single time. When are we going to give him his Oscar already, now that Leo has gotten his? But he really was fantastic. He's asked to do a lot in this movie, and he comes up big, comes up aces on every single aspect he needs to deliver. Naomi Watts came across very relatable. She played her role very well. I enjoyed seeing her. I just think maybe she got swallowed up by some of the bigger, better performances. And the other being Chris Cooper, who I thought was amazing. I really enjoyed his turn here. And I think if this wasn't such a small release, he should really be getting a push already for Best Supporting Actor of the Year. I think he was that good that the studio should invest in trying to get these actors some at least awards buzz, if not nominations, because Chris Cooper's performance definitely deserves to be in the conversation. I just think it'll be forgotten by time award season comes around. But it was so interesting seeing coming of age stories at different levels of age groups. We had a teenage boy who was coming of age, Jake Gyllenhaal, who was dealing with some tragedy, coming to age in that situation, Naomi Watts trying to figure her life out. It was just so fascinating to watch these three parallels meet up, come together, and grow together. But by far the most interesting was Jake Gyllenhaal. This was such a fascinating film to watch someone pretty much literally lose their minds right in front of you while still seeming very composed and still not breaking through. So they're breaking through a lot of things, having a lot of demolition moments throughout, but not really breaking through at all. And that case study of this man dealing with his trauma was completely enthralling to watch. And I think that's why I was so captivated from start to finish. Plus, there are so many funny moments in this film that, again, you're constantly chuckling and laughing and you're having a good time while you're completely enthralled by these characters' lives. However, there are too many plot lines going on here. So as I mentioned, we had 3 different stories all intertwining, plus all of the subplots within those 3 stories just make for a muddled mess. A muddled mess that doesn't completely come to fruition. We're not given the proper details to care about a lot of these different strands. We are given just dramatic situations thrown in that feel very much shoehorned and didn't really need to be there. We already had enough drama. We didn't need, that extra peanut or two. And I think that some of the stuff that happens here is a little bit outrageous. There is one point where a child is shooting a gun. They shoot a gun right in a mirror at their face. On one hand, I think that entire segment was actually very powerful because it was a kid really dealing with something internally that he hadn't let anyone else know in his life. And it just shows how we can get to that breaking point so quickly, how people can want to take their lives or take someone else's life, and you just kind of snap. On the other hand, I think what happened after was very irresponsible and a little bit outlandish, and I wish they hadn't have even gone there. But again, we're dealing with 2 extremely destructive people, one who happens to be an adult, no less, coming together, trying to deal with things how they feel best, and unfortunately, it just wasn't a very good way to deal with anything. So overall, I enjoyed Demolition. It had a lot of script problems. There were too many stories and too many nuggets to try to follow, but the performances were so good. And the base premise and the characters were so interesting to watch that I definitely recommend seeing Demolition. I don't think it actually needs movie theater prices though, so I think this would make for a fantastic rental and maybe even a good matinee. So, that has been my review of Demolition. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like, down below and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on our latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see Demolition? And what is your favorite Jake Gyllenhaal film? Let me know in the comment section down below or hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Mwah. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!